Alrighty, that's the 1,000 calories done.
Should we go buy a donkey?
Morning. Oh, we are back. I think about midday at the moment. So this morning, me and Charlie, say hello Charlie.
Hey.
We're just editing this morning. So first vlog was cool, second vlog was okay, and then third vlog, I think we kind of hit a wall of like what we could actually make interesting. Yeah, it's just taken a little bit of tweaking, but I think it's starting to look good. Yeah, we've been probably editing, tweaking for the past 5 hours. Oodie sales are starting to taper off. So we had that $1 million day. Now we're pulling back. So we're trying to control inventory. Some regions we have too much inventory. Some regions we just don't have enough inventory. So Australia was actually contributing to a lot of revenue despite being in one of our kind of off months because it's starting to heat up here. So we pulled back on the offers and the MER there, so the marketing spend. Gross margins still definitely compressed, but at the same time, our advertising is also lower. So results are still okay. We're just kind of, waiting for the Black Friday kick. We're getting everything set up. We're starting to see good results with Snapchat ads in some of these other regions, which is kind of interesting. We've always participated with them, but it's never really been a huge driver for us. Interestingly, we're also starting to see results with demand generation ads on Google. Google, as everyone knows, is like a demand capture platform rather than a demand generation platform. That was one of the, limiting factors that stop us from spending lots. So it's just a new format that then they're branding it demand generation. Whether it can actually generate heaps of demand, not sure, but we struggled with results initially there, and we're starting to see that as well for Oodie. So in terms of sales, we did about 560 on the Monday, and then with all the brands, we probably did like 580 on the Tuesday. So definitely tapering off from that $1 million, but I think that's okay. In terms of subscription revenue, still sitting at about 190. We put on a few extra people that we're consulting for at the moment, but actually someone left as well, which is interesting. They're just businesses in such a critical condition. We just couldn't get to them quick enough to support them. So they made the right decision. We're still letting them, participate a little bit in the forum because we don't want to abandon them just as they need us the most. So that's all going good. In terms of social followers, that's what we're going to talk about today. I'm finally ready. I've finally got some breathing room. I've handed off all the daily mentor qualifying calls. I've set up a process to handle that. I just really wanted to learn more about the brands and who we're actually trying to help. So that's why I was doing those 14-hour days, those 20 calls in one day kind of thing. I'm now able to focus a little bit more on content and the goals that we've got around that. First, I want to walk through the content framework that we use, like the Notion board, the templates there, so you can get a bit of value from that. And then I've got a call with Mimi from Shark Tank, which was one of my investments there. We've grown her 100% already. She's an amazing entrepreneur. She's packing orders. She's taking care of kids. She's a superstar. She's absolutely, taking everything very, very seriously. So I've got a call with her. I might just play that whole video in this vlog so you can understand how we coach these investments and how we try to help them, especially in this crazy time of year. So, yeah.
Did you use the pool that up?
Just as like an ice bath. I haven't actually used it in normal weather. I think it's heated. It looks very inviting though today. Hey, let's set up here. Oh, that is dirty as fuck. It feels very weird doing this here.
Sit down in that shade there.
Running out of places to shoot. Starting to show the true colours. I'm gonna tidy up a little bit. Sweet. Dude, Apple's products are crazy. So it's all about anticipation, like this slow draw, rather than like grabbing there and then this slow peel up as well. And then it allows you to, rather than like plastic wrap around here, getting that slow satisfaction there and not even having it on the back as well. Genius, absolutely genius. This is the new vlog camera when I go to Italy. Oh, they changed the cord as well to be textured. That's nice. We also got the weird spy glasses from Meta and Ray-Ban. So they had a little reveal there as well. It's pretty good packaging as well. And it folds out. Can QR code as well. Fuck knows how many people actually use that. It's actually really cool. Cleaning cloth in there. All right, that's pretty good packaging. Super simple instructions. Elon Musk says that if your product requires instructions, it's over-designed, which I think is pretty cool. Maybe Steve Jobs said that. I don't know, someone will slaughter me in the comments. Oh, whoa, that's crazy. So the actual lights up. So it shows like the contrast between the traditional Ray-Ban case and the fact that it's technology. That's interesting. I hope I didn't get the wrong ones. I'm basically just gonna put these on my girlfriend in Italy and just record so I can just have a videographer there. Might not even tell her that we've got them, that they actually record things. So you actually charge it through the case, not actually on the device. So the device is like, has no holes in it. That makes so much sense. Mark Zuckerberg, enemy number one in privacy. And then everyone's like, let's let him film every single thing that we do. My ad accounts are never been banned, so that's all I really care about. I trust him, he's a good man. So I'm just activating it. It was pretty easy to connect. Oh no, we're not. Sorry. 4 minutes updating. Who went away?
Your hair is right in front of you.
There we go. Is there a red light?
There was a white light when you pressed it.
Hey Meta, capture video. Hey Meta, capture video. Is it going? That's very cool. How do I watch it? Or can I not watch it?
You're watching with the device.
Let's get back to work. So with anything, if you want better results, you can change the strategy or you can change the volume. So with, climbing a mountain, you can either change the path that you're going up or you can just walk and climb quicker. And I think with us, while the strategy for organic social media has been working, we have been growing. I don't think we've been growing as quickly as we could be compared to other people. So there's two options there. We can obviously change the strategy or the volume. I think these daily vlogs have allowed us to kind of do both, and especially the volume side of things, because now we can just slice things up. But with any of that, you need to be able to make sure that you have the systems and processes to accommodate. So I wanted to show you this, this board that we've set up for YouTube long form. Now this isn't mine. I've got a YouTube consultant called Jamie Whiffen. He's worked with Ali Abdul. He's amazing. He's set up all of these boards. So basically when we come up with an idea for a long form video, we'll put it in here. And up here, we've got ideas. We've got need Davie's input, needs research, needs writing needs review, needs filming, needs editing, being edited, and then obviously posted, and everything comes down here. Edit needs review, needs repurposing, needs thumbnail. So all we're doing is moving these concepts left to right. So we've got 3 businesses ideas to make $10,000 in 3 months. That needs research. We'll have a researcher, or I'll be inputting the research if it's my knowledge on that. And then we'll just drag it across. So we'll then write basically a script outline. Now, if we come to a video that we've kind of already done, actually we're posting, or this Brian Johnson one, what we'll also do is when we're writing these scripts, we'll have the first draft, second draft, third draft, fourth draft. And then we'll even have a storyboard template that we can also just kind of copy with the hooks, with the body, with the stories that we're putting in there. So it all just gets dragged across. Certain people will have different roles, and that's the same with my short form as well. So if we come here, all I'll do is when I come up with a concept for short form, so like I just randomly read something on Twitter that I want to talk about, or I come up with a concept, I will then just chuck it in here. I will then film it. I'll just look at that camera and I'll just click record, or I'll film on iPhone quickly, and then I'll basically drag all the way to here, ready to edit. This is where my editor will grab it. They'll put it on needs feedback. I'll move it back ready to edit, and then we'll post it. So we've got a bunch of videos all lined up, and we'll start posting 3 times a day on Instagram versus maybe like once every second day. We'll also start posting on YouTube Shorts as well. And we're obviously doing daily video content on YouTube. So we're just going to put more intensity, more effort into it and see what happens. If it doesn't work, this will be awkward. I think one of the main things with YouTube that we haven't succeeded on, which a lot of other people have, is finding a format of content that is repackageable and consumable by the same audience. So a lot of the best YouTubers, they'll basically do the same format, be very trusted in the space, an authority in the space, and they'll just keep repurposing that kind of content. And we just really haven't found that format. We did initially because we were able to rank for all of the top keywords for e-commerce. You know, Shopify e-commerce guide we were number 1 for that search term, which was, that's done 1 million views. But e-commerce is such a niche subject. And I think we're struggling to find growth in other categories, and that's fine. Like, I love talking about e-commerce, but we are really exploring these different form of packageable content that we can repeat. I don't always use a script. I think me of all people really struggles with the teleprompter, and we're definitely kind of getting away with that. So just loose dot points. But yeah, I think that product-based information as well with Trend Rocket, that seems to be going really well. People appreciate those kind of stories, but yeah, let me know what content you actually like. In terms of like, if you wanted to start doing YouTube, pick something that you've got a bit of authority in, pick something that you understand, pick something that nobody's covering, niche down if you need to initially, and then expand to broaden the audience. So our next call is Mimi. And when she came onto Shark Tank, she was pitching reusable diapers. And my face was pretty not into the product.
And we have a Punami protector at the front.
What is going on?
Any really liquidy poos or
You
explosions.
just horrified Davie. He's the only shark up here without kids.
I'm out of having kids, so I'm still in the deal. I think what attracted me to the business was simply her design is so versatile. So the product itself can be used as the baby grows, and it has multiple clips, so it's very, very reusable. And she's just an amazing entrepreneur, so she's absolutely hustling. So after that, then I'm gonna go running as well, so that should be fun, and that'll wrap us up for the day. I didn't get time to train this morning because I was too busy editing.
This is how Davie Fogarty gives up.
Oh, I'll never give up.
Should we go buy a donkey? Should we actually? There's one pretty close. That's pretty
Why
cute.
a donkey?
Like a mini donkey would be cute as. Oh, it's in Queensland. He's pretty cute. It's in Victoria. They're pretty expensive. Let me find one close. South Australia. No donkeys. Well, that was my dream ruined.
What are you looking for?
Charger for this.
Come on, fucking cord. All right, I'll show you where it will be. I can't even recognize it. Oh, that's so funny. This isn't even the worst part. There's so much mess. Don't rob me, there's nothing of value, it's all just mess. Here they are. Yes! Fuck yes! Got it. Now I can track my calories. We'll do 1,000 calorie workout. All right, we're good.
Why all this chewing gum?
Oh, nicotine gum. So nicotine obviously gets a very bad rap because of how addictive it is, and if you're a kid, I definitely wouldn't be partaking in any of it. But the main risks come from actually smoking because of lung cancer, and there's actually a lot of benefits around nicotine in terms of mood enhancement, focus, memory. There's lots of studies that prove that. So the main risk obviously is that it's extremely addictive. And then also the fact that it can relieve anxiety, but then it can create anxiety as well if you have withdrawals and you don't keep reusing it. So yeah, use with caution. I use it every now and then when I've got big days and I just need to focus. So, and then on weekends, I'll try to stop. You are sideways. How's it going?
Good, how are you?
Going pretty good. Busy, busy, busy. Has your stock arrived?
Yes, it came on Monday. Yeah, so all arrived, all inventory is in. I've packed all of the pre-orders, so it doesn't look as full as what it did on Monday, but at least it's here.
How many pre-orders did you have? That stack of tickets looked insane.
120.
Speaking of that, how are you going with a 3PL? Have you looked into that? Have you had time?
Yeah, so I've put inquiries in with all of those. The only person that's actually got back to me is the logistics people. The other two haven't even responded to an email or haven't even given me a call back from their online.
Did I intro you to them?
Nah.
Okay. Did you mention me in it? Sounds arrogant, but I was trying to make it in a non-arrogant way, but I was just like, did you mention?
I did for the 360 borderless, but they still nothing.
Let me give you another contact.
Okay.
They will reply.
Awesome. Thank you. Yeah, so stock here. Pre-orders are out. There's another 3,000 units arriving. It's supposed to dispatch the 25th of November.
How are you going with your inventory forecast now we've set those up?
When Nick and I sat down and did it, we did October, November and December, and we did that at the beginning of October, and October was spot on. Like,
perfect.
He said 89k, and we did exactly 89k, and pretty much everything was completely spot on.
Were you doubting that as well, or are you doubting the November numbers?
I'm like, I don't know if I can survive that. But we did. We survived. But now it makes me a little bit scared for next month.
Yeah. In terms of operationally, like you'll struggle to fulfill the orders or stock-wise?
Stock-wise.
Okay. Well, look, you've got two levers there. You can increase prices or you can drop advertising spend. Or you can just, if pre-sale is working, you can just accept that and just sell out. And then, you can just go back onto pre-sale. So, they're all viable options.
Yeah. My customers don't seem to mind doing pre-sales. So, if it comes down to it, because I'm only going to get like 2 more orders before Chinese New Year.
Yeah, of course. And media buying, everything's going good there. Do you need any help there?
Nah, all good. So it's nice to have someone else kind of looking after it and just sending reports.
Yeah. Yeah, he's great. He's great. I do trust him. So I'm glad that's working.
Yeah.
You're very on top of things. I think you've done a great job.
It doesn't feel like that.
Yeah, it never feels like that, especially in the early stage. But I think, look, if you're selling out, if you're tracking profit on a daily basis, if customer reviews are good, like they're the 3 indicators that you've just got to manage. And if you're achieving that while also staying mentally on top of things and not burning out, then I think that's everything. So, how are we going in terms of hiring people?
Yeah, I've put a call out to try and get some like seasonal, because obviously I only need it for November, December. So trying to get either, after uni kids or whatever. There's heaps of unis around here. So trying to get some of those just to do some hours a week. Yeah.
And is that just for fulfillment, or do you think that next batch of orders will go to a 3PL?
I think I'll be ready to go 3PL in Jan. Prior to that, like nothing's barcoded, nothing's like, it's kind of just a bit of a mess. Plus, I want to get all of this shitty SKUs. So it'd be more just like, actually picking out those orders so that I can focus on other things whilst those orders come in.
Who's doing your customer service?
I am.
Would you be open to having someone take over that on a part-time basis so you can focus on other things?
Do you mean like an agency or
no?
Someone
I think customer service you can handle in-house. I think that you really prioritize your customer service, which is evident from your reviews. So I would there's 2 potential hires that you can make in this situation. One, you can kind of hire almost like an operational customer service manager and hire slightly senior so that then they can build the team under. Or you can just hire, probably not a uni student. I think you want someone a little bit more reliable than that. On a casual basis, someone with a bit of customer experience so that they know how to set up all of the tools, and you don't need to train them too much because you're going to have to train them and that's going to take time away from you. So getting a little bit more expertise there. I can introduce you to both of those people depending on what you plan to. I think it's all about your forecast and making sure that you can afford the more senior person, which I believe you can looking at things. So I probably would lean towards that. And the person I'm thinking of would be willing to do it kind of like part-time so you can see how it feels, has experience, has worked on one of my other brands. So
Yeah. Because I don't know if it's just because of the type of product that I sell, but like I always felt that customer service was a huge part of what I did. And then when I got Gorgeous and everything's kind of together, I've had that for 6 weeks and I've closed like 4,000 tickets.
yeah.
So like it's just a lot of people.
Just like we're forecasting stock, we need to forecast tickets. If tickets double next month because sales double, are you going to be able to handle that and fulfill the orders? Probably not. So I think we need to you need to train and hire in the off season, or at least like 1 or 2 months prior. Considering the volatility of your business, you might want flexibility with those hires initially. We can outsource it. If you don't hire properly outsourcing, even though the rates are probably half or even quarter the price, they do half or quarter as many tickets as well. So it's not always the cheapest option, and sometimes it can cause issues, which give us negative reviews, which drops revenue. So that needs to be handled well. But I think a hybrid is a good model, but I also think that hiring maybe someone local initially that you don't need to really handhold could be the way to go.
Could I, because it's remote, right? Like someone could just go onto my app and go on there. Could it be someone that's already in my community, already uses cloth nappies, already uses our brand?
Yeah.
Because a lot of, like, I have a problem either with my wash routine or the fitting of the nappies. Like, it's all to do with the actual product, not so much. Like, I think we've had like maybe 10 returns in 3 years. Like, it's not return, not something's missing from my parcel. It's like, I need help with the product.
Yeah, I think the way to go about it is writing what you're looking to achieve. I think assuming that a good customer service rep can't understand the product despite not using it is probably wrong. Like, I think a good customer service rep will immerse themselves in knowledge, read all of the previous tickets, ask you questions when they're slightly concerned. And they'll immerse themselves in the community itself. So I think it's less about do they have previous product knowledge, but more so previous knowledge around how to just really get into tickets and focus on it. So you know that we can do type testing. If I think once we've written up the JD, go to your community and also interview a couple of other people. I think you need to interview multiple people and make sure that they're a vibe fit with you as well. The reason why you're in a unique situation, but the reason why I don't mind hiring like almost an operational person as well that can grow into handling that side of the business is this 3PL move is going to be a big amount of work for you as well. Like, can there be an overlap between customer service and operations where you can then just start focusing a little bit more on the business, don't relinquish marketing just yet, and the organic content side of things is a high lever point for you. So you can consider that, but let's just write up the job description and let's see if we can find some people.
So I ended up getting like 10 different quotes off 10 different manufacturers, 10 samples, and to be honest, they were pretty shit. Like they were cheap, way cheaper. Some of them were even like half the price, but they were terrible. So that's what I took back to my manufacturer, and I'm like, this is kind of like the going rate at the moment.
Did you send them a product initially to create the sample?
No.
Did you send them a tech pack?
What's a tech pack?
Without a tech pack or a physical sample, they're always going to be shit. And that is because they're working blind. Like, I don't even know how they interpreted it. Were they looking at photos? Like, it's just like...
We sent them a pattern for them to follow, but I felt like the actual textiles that they used, although they were the same GSM and they were the same composition of textiles. They just were really low quality.
First things first, tech pack, so there's no ambiguity about what you're buying.
What does it look like?
I'll send you a tech pack example as well, but if you just Google diaper tech pack or just write clothes tech pack, I think it's technical pack, but yeah, it's basically just all the specifications, the measurements, the materials.
Okay. Yeah, cool. So do you think we'll plan to do 3PL from 2024?
I think you should, unless you want to rent a warehouse and manage 3PL warehouse stuff.
Not really.
It's up to you. It's a decision. I think the 3PLs can do it well. I think it de-risks a massive cost center of the business. I think you're going to go through this massive scaling stage where you'd be getting one warehouse and then you would need to get a second warehouse and keep upgrading. I vote 3PL at this point.
Yeah, I find that, I feel like even just the management of staff is going to be a little bit easier if I don't have to actually manage staff.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I agree with that.
Yeah, cool. I mean, in terms of like when you cost it out, the overheads that it takes to run your own warehouse and staff versus
It's not that much cheaper. They get some really good rates on couriers as well.
The guy was telling me that Ozpost will only charge them for actual weight, not cubic. And that's where I get stung because my product is relatively light, but it's large.
Yeah.
So my cubic always much more than my actual weight.
Yeah, so it's volumetric weight versus actual weight, and most products get charged volumetric, like Oodie does, any kind of fabrics do. So that's for the most part, but it's also good to have a 3PL that doesn't rely just on Australia Post and has good rates with the other rails, just because if something goes wrong with Australia Post, like one year the sorting machine broke at Melbourne, like the main one, and everyone didn't get their packages for Christmas. It was a nightmare. So it's good to have multiple options there. But if you're vetting a 3PL, you just need to go look at it as well. Compare the rates, give them your forecast, then go check out their operation. Make sure that it's good. We went to one and they were using shopping trolleys to move products from left to right, like they stole them from Woolworths. And we're like, I don't think this will work out. So yeah, it's good to learn and how they operate.
Can you just make your own 3PL warehouse?
I got too much going on. I did kind of want to buy one at one point, but it sounds like crazy.
I don't think I have anything else.
Awesome. I'll chat to you soon. Keep it up.
Cool. Thank you.
See ya. As I said, she's crushing it. She's going to have a great business. She cares about her customers. Product's good. So just trying to help where we can. We're not going running. I'm going to do a brutal workout instead. It's funny, since moving to the hills, I was doing heaps of running because I used to live down the beach. It's just heaps flat and there's obviously heaps of places to run. Whereas through the hills, you almost get hit by a car every 5 minutes. But it's funny how your environment completely can change your habits. There was, I think it was the Vietnam War, it was like 20% of US troops came back addicted to heroin. And they were extremely worried because heroin's one of the most addictive drugs in the world. And then they were shocked when like 90% of people ended up quitting as soon as they came back, which showed that once you change the environment, it really, really changes the behavior. So if you want to create habits and kick bad habits, you need to change that environment. It's like the same with people coming out of prison. They go back to the exact same environment and they commit the exact same offenses. So if you're struggling to work out, put yourself close to a gym. If you're struggling with discipline, move in with someone with lots of discipline. We imitate people around us. So a lot of people watching this will be like, I can't run, I can run 3K and then I just get too tired. That's bullshit. You're just running too fast. So by dropping things under a heart rate threshold where you're not building lactate, you can actually run a very, very long time. People would be very surprised how far you can actually run. So sit under about 75 to 80% of your max heart rate, even less, to probably on 70%, and see how far you can run. Chances are you'll probably be able to do 10K straight away on your first run, no matter how fit you are. It's a massive mistake that people make when they're trying to lose weight and they're actually just trying to burn calories, is they increase their intensity, but they can't therefore continue with the volume. Today also what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do 30 seconds on the ski, 30 seconds on the treadmill. I'm gonna do a calorie specific workout. So I'm gonna get my heart rate monitor, I'm gonna track total calories. So I'm going to take my time with it, but at the same time, I know that I'm going to burn a certain amount of energy rather than being able to fluctuate how intense I go through that 30 seconds. I know that I'm going to burn as much energy as possible. So I'm going to do 3 minutes on each and just alternate treadmill, ski, assault bike, straight into rower, just mix it up, have a couple of drink breaks every now and then. Podcast or music? It's the age-old question. The other thing that I learned as well is that if you can start training without music, then you can actually use music to lift the intensity even more. So you can listen to podcasts, and then when you want to do high exertion or need a push, then you switch to music.
When did you get into fitness?
So I remember when I was 14, I used to go to the gym and my mum would go to a class or something, and I wasn't allowed in the weights room. So I just, because I was so young, I was probably younger than 14, I would just play Game Boy. And it was kind of that wanting to do the thing that I couldn't do. And then as soon as I hit like 16, I was finally allowed in the weights room. And I was like, when I was like 19, I'll show a photo, I was probably fitter than I ever have been. So I got into it, but then I think shit just like, I just got into work so much that I kind of stopped going. But I did personal training for a bit and enjoyed it. I think it's one of those things that like, you know, we talk about skills that young kids should learn, and like fitness and nutrition is like almost a necessity. You know, if you spend a year in that industry in any shape or form, like your whole life will be better. You understand posture, you understand range of movement, you understand metabolism, diet, and your whole life will be changed. You look at these kids that are extremely young and they're overweight, and then their parents are overweight as well. Someone's got to break the cycle there. You know, I'm empathetic to medical causes for sure if there's things going on there, but at the same time, they're just learning those habits from people. And, you know, the schools realistically, in terms of public health, should probably be teaching those things. So anyway, one day we can change that. Alrighty, that's the 1,000 calories done. Doubt you can see that. But it took an hour and a half because I had a quick 15-minute phone call. Am I annoyed that it took longer than usual? Yes. Am I going to think negatively about it? No. Am I going to use it in the gym tomorrow morning and work even harder? 100%. I think it doesn't matter if you're the strongest, doesn't matter if you're the weakest, in the fitness class, in the race, all you're versing is you. How you show up, how you carry yourself in the gym shows how you'll show up in life. And that's why I love it so damn much. I've got another call with an influencer, but it's about 6:30, 7 o'clock, but I'm not gonna show that. I'm sure you're sick of hearing my voice. I'm gonna do a super raw workout video tomorrow, and then absolutely smash a couple of meetings, welcome a new daily mentor group, do a bit more Oodie work as well, catch up with the Oodie CEO. But yeah, see you later.